Okay, a brief little history lesson respective of these Porsche 928s, specifically the doors. Many years ago when I got this red car, this S4, I had shit, I forget his last name, Alex working for me, and I had him dig in this door because the handle was broken. He asked me, he said, Donnie, how do you do it? And I said, I really don't know. You're a smart kid, you can figure it out. And he did. He took it all apart. He fixed the door, he replaced the bearing in there, which I'm going to show you what the bearing looks like in a second. And he put most of it back together again with the objective being the door handle working on the outside. And it did. It worked fine. It shuts and opens, blah, blah, blah. So since then, I've dug into a lot of this 79 car, putting the doors together on that. And I'm going to show you in a second. But I wanted to spend a lot of time learning and figuring out on this car right here, this red one, how and what in the tactics, techniques, procedures, etc., how to do it, how to fix it. And I did. And I'm going to now show you just this, what it looks like. The 79 door, driver's door nearly completed, and the yet to do passenger door. I'm going to show you all the hardware. Now this is not a how to do it video. Unlike a lot of 928 people out there on YouTube, they make all these friggin' videos that say how to do this, how to do that. And they're just diving in for the first time. I'm never going to make a video showing you how to do something because everybody does it differently. Everybody has different tools, methods, etc. Is it difficult to work on this car, the door, taking it apart? Yes. Is it much easier to work on this car with the car on a lift and the door taken apart? Yes, it's way easier. You can jack the car way up and you can get underneath it and you can look right up in and take care of business and fix everything up. So there's varying levels, there's varying standards of making it easier or harder. So I'm just going to show you how I'm doing it. You guys and gals can figure it out on your own. I'll just show you some of the tools I'm using. And remember the task, condition, and standard. Okay, that's military stuff. The task, fix the doors, put them together. The condition of, for example, the 79, because the 79 is the gravity well. That is the place where everything I'm working for and on is centered on. So the gravity well was the 79. When I got the car, the doors were shells. They were on the car. They were on this car. On her car, I should say, the 79, empty, no glass, no nothing, no handles, no nothing, but about 30 boxes full of crap, full of all the parts for the car. And she said, and the missive goes, here, please put it together. I said, no problem. So it's a long time to do it. There's some people said you should charge extra. No, I don't agree with that. I'm just charging by the hour, and it just takes longer hours to do this. So there's really no extra. But the condition was in disassembled doors, boxes of parts, and the standard is putting them back together again so they function, work, are clean, and serviced. So I'm going to show you that right now. Okay, I'm back. This is the 79 door. This is the driver's door. A lot of people have a lot of questions about what goes on up in here. I admit I was one of them. One of those type of persons. It's really not as hard as one might think, or one that has only done this maybe one time that might indicate to you that it's very difficult. It's really not. Once you do it, you got to take some time to do it. Some of the hardest things are to get on are this adjustable cantilever right there. That's the large one. And then behind that, right here, that's the smaller white one, and that goes to the lock cylinder, the unlock and unlock the mechanism. Now, it's always easier when you put these things together and you service them, and when you dig in there to replace the door handle bearing, because that's really the only reason that people dig in these things is to replace that bearing. And I'm going to show you that in a second. When you're in there, you might as well clean everything up, you might as well lubricate everything, make sure everything's working all right. A lot of times over the years, these cantilevers, these adjustable tie rod ends, like for lack of a better word. This one's an adjustable one. The white one back there is not, but they fall off, they get dry, they fall off in the bottom, and they may not work. The key may not work, but the actual automatic lock does work. And that mechanism right here, this is a 79, so it's all vacuum hose operated. But up in here, that little bracket controls the, or contains the knob for the unlock. But then it goes up into here, and this is the door unlock shaft right there. And the light just fell out. Great. So that right there is the shaft that goes up, and it has a tab in there that locks, that goes into that piece of plastic right there center screen. So it can lock and unlock with your key or with the vacuum operated system, which is actually kind of ingenious. These guys, these Porsche guys, they took a lot of time to do this and to make this really a decent car. But when you're in here like this, it takes a while to get used to it. So this right here is what they call the security plate. And there's a handful of people that do not put these things back on because they're too difficult to get in. They really are kind of a pain in the butt. Just because it's such a close, tight tolerance in there of fit. And I'm going to try to go in here with the phone so you can see. Right there. I'm not sure if it's going to focus or not. But right there is the bearing. Right there, center mass of the screen. That is the, what they call the bearing, the handle bearing. And I can't get it any better than that. So that's the piece. The only way you're going to get access to that is taking off that security plate, but then everything else has to come off with it. So you're in for a job if you want to change out that bearing in there. It's a lot of work. You got to take the entire door apart, all the trim and all that stuff. So let me show in here. This is the security plate. Now I did make a video about this last week, how and where I trimmed on the security plate to make it fit in better. I'm going to cut here a little bit for the door lock shaft, the shaft you pull up and down, the door lock knob, to make a recess in that for it, because they are a little bit different over the years. This one's a little bit lower, this white one's a little bit higher, so maybe just different runs, different lot numbers, they changed them a little bit. So right here I'm going to cut that away, and the advantage of cutting that away is pretty obvious when if you look right there, center mass of the screen, there's a 13 millimeter bolt. That thing right there is very easy to get onto, to grab when that little tab is cut off. You can just put a wrench right on it and have no problem. So I'd recommend you do that. See right here, you can come right down center mass. You can put the box end wrench right on it and take that 13 millimeter, loosen it up, and then it screws in up here, right there, and then right here. So that's that. Let me come over and show this. Now the solution that I use to clean this stuff in is really good stuff. It's kind of expensive, but it works really well. It's that Zep degreaser, citrus degreaser stuff. Works really well, as I said. And this is just a lot of dust, a lot of grease, not too much, but there's some in there. Just gonna clean that up. This right here is the part that the door lock knob goes on, and that little tab there is where the door lock shaft goes through. The little tab goes right through there, and that's how it works. or that's how it looks, I should say. How it works is it goes in there and it actuates on both the vacuum and the manual actuation of it. So this right here is where the little one goes, the little white one, and it's hooked onto that. You can't get them confused because they just have different sizes. This is the lock cylinder for the passenger door. The one that came with this car was bad, so I replaced it and rekeyed the lock. And this little white actuator arm is on it, so I just got an extra one from an extra car. So that's that on the doors. I have to put the window in because I'm going to put the trim on it, the window trim, the window seals and stuff. So I got to do that. So it's a long process to do these cars, these doors, because I don't like going back and doing things over when the door is put together or whatever you're working on, whatever I'm working on. I don't like doing it over again. So I want to do it right the first time, get it in and be done with it. So there's that. Doors 101. How you do it is up to you, but I'm just sharing what I'm doing. Okay? Auf Wiedersehen and tschüss.